1982, believe it or not. Happened to graduate from college, got married, and was looking for a job. At that time, most people don't recall, but it was a pretty severe recession in 1982. So I interviewed with a lot of companies, got through all the interview processes, and found out they were doing hiring freezes. The only company that would give me a shot was Dean Witter, even though they claimed I came from the wrong side of the tracks, but they did give me a shot. So that's where I got my start. Well, I always felt like I had a connection, right? Didn't come from a lot of money. We didn't have a wealthy family to kind of rely on or fall back on. So I kind of felt that tie-in with those people that were struggling to work their businesses, struggling to cover for their families, all those kinds of things. So, and those relationships have really lasted for decades. They're my family now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they are. I know their kids, their grandkids, their, great-grandkids. We're getting new families in the mix as well, but a lot of those relationships, because of that connection, have really made Cottonwood what it is.
Connections,
So I'm proud of that. The way that Cottonwood is evolving, now that we're a true independent fiduciary company, and the types of services and things we can create and bring to our clients now is unsurpassed by anybody in the industry. And I give all the credit in the world to Matt for that. He's been the integral part of that.
So I started in the business back in 2009. I had just graduated from Santa Clara University up in the Bay Area. Coming into the business in 2009, looking at it, hindsight, was a great time to get into the business, but it was certainly rough, right? We were coming out of 2008. Firms were dropping off like flies or getting acquired and merging with other big institutions. So for a new person trying to come into this space, it was certainly more difficult. I didn't have the same challenges, I won't say, that my dad had starting from scratch and building those clients via cold calling. I was looking to get some involvement, get some experience, get some licensing, and kind of see where it went. I'd always admired my dad, having worked with him as an intern over the years, of the business that he built, the relationships that he built, and the impact he was having with people. And I thought it would be, what a great place to start in finance, really on the impact side of things, working with people. When I graduated school, my dad was at Morgan Stanley at the time. They were going through some iterations with Smith Barney. It was one of the only training programs that was still open for new trainees to kind of come into the business. So thankfully, I snuck in there through our relationship and I was able to get started. We were at Morgan Stanley for about a year, had an opportunity to move to Wells Fargo and actually merge with and take over an existing business that was at Wells Fargo a few years after that, which for me was an amazing opportunity, right? Because I was able to come into a smaller business, but was looking for a succession situation that my dad was able to put together for us. And I was able to come in and kind of get my feet wet, continue my training and apply my training, with a group of clients that was open and available for some advice. That was a great way, I think, for me to learn more, get involved in the business and start working with people. We're coming up on being officially in business almost 15 years, but roughly 14 years since then. It's been quite a journey. I'm more excited about this business and our future than I've ever been before, hands down. And I believe that because of the folks that, one, we've got an amazing group of clients who've been with us on average 20 years, and that's amazing. What gets me even more excited is when we talk to the second and third generation and also people that haven't engaged with Cottonwood and what they're looking for from an advice company, a consultant company, a fiduciary company. I think there's massive opportunity. There's massive opportunity to help more folks, but in a very deliberate and focused way. And I think that's where Cottonwood's going to be. It's why we're different today, and I think where we're going to continue to be different.
Yeah, agreed. And again, as Matt said, I think it's that focus, right? That's what's going to differentiate us from everybody else, in my opinion. It's what has differentiated us. It's that focus. We do focus on every individual that we call a client. We absolutely never lose that focus. That's what differentiates us.